guys, quick video about page layout, and hopefully my daughter cooperates. She's rolling around. So, just to show you a few things. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is my Google Ads account, just so you don't think I'm full of crap. All these are going to pretty much the same landing page, and the goal is to get, their contact information one way or another, whether that's calling us or using my salesman so I can get their contact information that way. So what you'll see here is, basically the different ad groups, and then it'll tell you the cost per conversion. So for the last 30 days, on average, we're spending about $12 per conversion. So that's every time someone, calls or emails or uses the My Salesman tool. So it's been working pretty well. So this is the landing page that I'm using. Doesn't look like anything spectacular, but I've tried a lot of different styles, and this is the one that's been converting the best. So, has a somewhat nice picture here. Trying to do a whole play off of like what's going on now with the whole coronavirus. After that, we have for the testimonials. So we have 3 testimonials that people can click and play. Kind of just add, authority for us. Next step is the 3 steps. So this we're actually changing because I want them to know exactly what's going to happen for our process, because we basically want to train them to work the way we want them to work. If we're the professional, we're the company that they want to choose, and if they want to choose us, then they're going to have to play by our rules. So I'll show you in the next example what we're going to be switching this over to. But this is, again, has worked really well. Basically, the link for the price, this gets them to the My Salesman page. The one thing I did not do is this is the same on your mobile as it is on desktop, which My Salesman's not great on mobile. So really this should have been different. For mobile, it should have a different button that says click to call or something like that. The next is the fence options, just so they can see the different styles of fence. Again, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but this has been converting really well. The next is the for the fence buying guide. The main goal is to get them to be a better educated consumer, and then basically get all their questions answered, so that way when they talk to us, we're not starting from scratch. This is my daughter kind of moaning in the background. The next thing, Depred is different, and just tells about our process, our warranty, and Google reviews, and then ready to get started. And when they click on that, it'll take them to here, so we can get to the process. So that's what we currently use, and again, it converts pretty well at this point. Conversion rate, we're at 22%, so that basically means for every 4 people that go to the website, 1 of them is going to convert, which if you look at your stuff, it's probably much better than what most people's converting at. Now, here's the next one that we're going to be trying. So the whole point of this is this follows the StoryBrand method. So if you're not familiar with StoryBrand, I forget the guy's name. Building, if I can find building a story. Oh, Donald Miller. So he has a few, Building a StoryBrand and Marketing Made Simple. If you get they're both good books. The Marketing Made Simple is where it'll kind of show you this layout. And this I had built this on Fence Pro Solutions, so I need to switch it. So this would have your regular menu at the top, but I just put this here for now. First thing we did, as you can see, a much better quality image, full width, and then we're basically playing for this. The goal is to play to our ideal customer, the one that basically doesn't want to shop around, the one that just wants a nice, easy process. So that's why we did, your new fence in 4 simple steps, and for a for a stress-free experience, so you can get back to living your life like nothing ever happened. Because what we found is there's a lot of professionals, and not even just professionals, but people that are looking to, just get a fence installed and not kind of, interrupt their entire life. So the first thing we want to do again is we want to train them. So when they click on this, it's going to go to the 4 steps, which I'll go over in a minute. This, I'm not sold on this image yet. This is something I just threw in here. So, this next part is just talking and bringing out the pain of most contractors. Again, this is like a first draft for me, so I am not 100% done, but this seems pretty good to me. Basically, brings up the problem, kind of agitates it, and then offers a solution. So if you guys are into copywriting at all, this style is kind of made famous by Dan Kennedy, which it's the PAS formula, which is problem, agitate, solution. So, you basically have your problem here. You're agitating that problem with bringing up the problems that they're going to have. So they don't answer the phone, show up when scheduled, and constantly leave you in the dark. We have experience, and then we're kind of transitioning. So we say, we understand what you're going through, and we don't like it either. Okay, and solution. That's why we developed blah blah blah. Okay, so same thing that would link them down to this. Going back up, the next thing they're going to see is a few reasons why they should be working with us. So, with a dedicated project manager. So this is not really going to be applicable to someone that's smaller, that doesn't have the staff. But, once you grow in size, if you have one person that's basically taking care of the scheduling, order the materials, all that kind of stuff, it makes everything just run a lot smoother. So that's why we list it here. Next is our 3-year labor warranty. Most guys in the area are 1. We probably are looking at maybe even upping this to 5, 7, some just more. Basically, just want to be better than the other people. Talks about why they would want this warranty, and then we also put in that we actually come back out. Next thing is the lifetime material warranty. At this point, we pretty much only do vinyl and aluminum. We do a little bit of wood, but we are looking to get rid of that in the near future. Same thing with chain link. We just don't do enough of it to make, for it to make sense to even do anything with it. The next thing is our proven 4-step system. So this is big in like the Donald Miller Marketing Made Simple and Story Brand method. Is you want the customer to know exactly what to expect. So that's why we have this here. So, step 1, use the online price tool. Step 2, call to discuss the project. Bless you. Third step, schedule an on-site visit. And then the 4th step is they get to enjoy their new fence. Now, this is what we did, or what I did differently this time. So right now, because I'm on the desktop, it's going to say get your instant ballpark price, which link them into My Salesman. But if they're on mobile, because My Salesman's not made for mobile, then it says call to get your instant ballpark price. Next section, again, we're kind of agitating. This is like the avoiding the disaster section. So basically, kind of bringing up more pain to the customer. Same thing. Nobody answering the door. Nobody showing up. Shady looking workers ringing your doorbell. Like, you want to elicit emotion from these people. So that's why we put in the shady looking workers ringing the doorbell, because if you have the wife reading this, and because there's some shady looking workers for contractors. So imagine a wife being at home by herself, and you got this cracked out guy knocking at her doorbell. Like, you do not want that. Okay. And then basically brought up the problem, and then says when you're spending good money, you shouldn't have to deal with that. And same thing, get your instant ballpark price. Again, this on mobile would say call. Next thing is a video testimonial from one of our customers. Then the last part, and what they mention all the time, is basically people are, they decide with, emotion first and then logic last. So that's why, most of this is tied all into their emotions. Like, again, the shady looking workers ringing the doorbell. And then up here you have, again, with the frustrating, they don't answer the phone, show up when scheduled, all that kind of stuff. So there we're evoking all the emotion. And then finally at the end is when we want to this is where they justify it, okay, with a logic. So at this point, is the Q&A section. This is the most common questions that we're going to have. Like, who gets the permit? Are we licensed and insured? Do we use subcontractors? How many days does it take to install a fence? And what is the typical wait time? I might change that to lead time. But yeah, and then when they click on it, it just goes with each of the things. And if it's something that could be seen as a negative, like obviously subcontractors are seen as a negative, this is where you this area is where not only questions, but also common objections that you're going to get. So an objection would definitely be about subcontractors. Most people don't want subs, okay? So that's why we put, we do use both, crews and subs. And then if they prefer to use our own crews, let us know, and that's who will show up. Because some people are very adamant and only want our crews, and we're fine with that. We will make a note of it and schedule accordingly. And then at the bottom, and I got to highlight this or, bold it out, but no matter who installs your fence, you're covered by Deptford Fence. So either way, they're covered, okay? So we have that. And then the last thing is, a main call to action. So ready to get started. Again, this will change. So depending for the computers, it's going to have this. So user online, price tool. Now for the mobile, it'll be different. It's going to say, give us a call to get your instant ballpark price. And then I'll have, a button to click, and that will be a click to call button. So this is what we're going to be trying next. I really feel like it's going to do well, but who knows at this point. So at this point is where you have to split test it. And if you don't know what split testing it basically means typically what you would want to do if we were really split testing this the right way, is I would change like this, just one thing at a time. So I would change this, right? And if I know that on average that we are converting 22.29%, right? So then I run this next test where I change this to whatever it may be, and I maybe change the image. Maybe I change it to this, okay? So then I would do that, and then I would test it. Not for just a week, but, a few weeks to even a month, we would try it and see what happens. And basically I would look at it and say, okay, for September 6th to October 5th, we ran 22.29. After a month of using, this header, or hero image, then, if I was at 23%, I'm keeping this one. If I was only at, if it was less and I was only converting like 20%, then you're keeping this one. But again, like the reason why I'm switching to this whole layout is because I do agree with the philosophy behind the whole experience. And honestly, it just looks a hell of a lot neater and nicer. The only thing I might do is here, there's spots to put images next to each one, which we probably will do, but the problem is I don't have anything that's professional looking enough right now. So I hope that makes sense. If you are interested, I actually downloaded this template, and we can send that to you.